Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Dominance and submission are often misunderstood. People think it's about control, power, or even manipulation. But in reality, dominance and submission are psychological roles, and they appear in almost every romantic relationship, whether people realize it or not. Today, I'll explain what dominance and submission really mean, why attraction depends on them, and how healthy relationships balance both without losing respect or desire. Let's begin. Chapter 1. What dominance and submission really mean. Let's begin by clearing up a major and often harmful misunderstanding. The words dominance and submission come with a lot of baggage, often painted in shades of conflict and power struggles. But in the context of healthy human connection, their true meanings are far more nuanced and constructive. Dominance, as we'll explore it, has nothing to do with aggression, brute force, or a desire to control another person. It isn't about winning an argument or imposing your will. Likewise, submission is not a synonym for weakness, passivity, or blind obedience. It is not about being a doormat or forfeiting your own identity. In fact, true submission requires immense inner strength and self-awareness. It is an active and conscious choice. So, what do they mean? Psychologically speaking, dominance is the provision of direction, certainty, and emotional leadership. It's the calm at the center of the storm, the steady hand on the tiller. It creates a feeling of safety and predictability. Submission, in turn, is the expression of trust, openness, and emotional surrender to that leadership. It's the willingness to let go of the need to control, to relax into the security that another person provides. In the dance of attraction, this dynamic becomes particularly clear. Dominance is about who sets the emotional tone of an interaction. It's the ability to lead with a clear, positive, and decisive energy. Submission is about who feels safe and comfortable enough to follow that tone, to match that energy without resistance. It's a beautiful, unspoken agreement. Imagine a simple, everyday scenario. Two people are deciding where to go for dinner. The options are endless, creating a subtle tension of indecision. Then one person confidently says, "I know the perfect place. It's quiet, the food is incredible. Trust me, you'll love it." In that moment, they offer a clear path forward. The other person, feeling the relief of that certainty, relaxes their shoulders and says, "All right, lead the way. I'm in." Notice what happened there. There was no force, no argument, no manipulation, just a confident offer and a trusting acceptance. One person provided clarity and the other embraced it. This effortless exchange is a perfect microcosm of dominance and submission at work in their healthiest form. Chapter 2. Why attraction needs polarity. Many believe that finding a partner who is just like them is the key to a lasting bond. But the truth is, attraction operates on a different principle entirely, one that is often misunderstood. Attraction doesn't grow from sameness. It grows from polarity. Think of two magnets. Their power to connect comes from having opposite poles. Polarity in a relationship works the same way. It's the dynamic difference in emotional energy between two people. It's the interplay of distinct complementary forces that creates the spark, the pull, the undeniable sense of connection. Without it, a relationship can feel flat and lifeless. When both people try to dominate, when both are constantly vying for control and trying to lead, there's inevitable conflict. Every decision becomes a power struggle, and the relationship becomes a battlefield of wills, leaving both partners feeling exhausted and unheard. Conversely, when both people try to submit, there's stagnation. This is the endless loop of, "I don't know. What do you want to do?" "Oh, whatever you want is fine with me." While it may seem agreeable on the surface, this passive dynamic creates a vacuum. Nothing moves forward because no one is willing to provide direction. Attraction thrives when one person leads emotionally and the other feels safe and free to respond. This isn't about rigid, permanent roles. It's a fluid dance. One person provides the structure, the direction, the what and where. The other provides the flow, the emotional texture, the how it feels. When one person takes the lead, even in small ways, like choosing the restaurant, planning the weekend trip, or initiating a difficult conversation, they create a current. This decisive energy invites the other person to relax into the moment and respond emotionally, rather than having to co-manage the logistics. This allows the connection to feel alive and exciting. The leader provides the container, and the follower fills it with their presence and emotional energy. This exchange is the very engine of romantic polarity. Key insight: dominance, when offered with care, creates direction and stability. Submission, when offered with trust, creates emotional flow and connection. Healthy polarity is the dance between these two energies. Chapter 3. Emotional dominance versus control. This is perhaps the most critical distinction a man must understand, and it's where many get it profoundly wrong. They mistake emotional dominance for control, but these two concepts are fundamentally opposed. One builds attraction, the other demolishes it. Control is born from insecurity and a fear of loss. It manifests as a desperate attempt to manage the other person's behavior and feelings. Control says, "Do this or else. Prove yourself to me. I need to monitor you." It's a constant series of demands, ultimatums, and interrogations. This approach creates a prison, not a partnership. It communicates a deep-seated belief that you are not enough on your own, and that you must cling to her, lest she discover this and leave. Emotional dominance, on the other hand, is born from self-mastery. It is an internal state of being, not an external act of force. It says, "I'm calm, I'm grounded, I don't need to chase." It communicates, "You're free to be who you are, and I am confident in who I am. I won't abandon my standards or my path for anyone." This isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about being anchored in your own purpose and self-worth. Let's watch this play out. A woman pulls away emotionally. Perhaps she's busy, stressed, or simply testing the frame of the relationship. The controlling man's fear is immediately triggered. He panics. His mind races with worst-case scenarios. He bombards her with texts, demands reassurance, or pressures her for an explanation. He needs to fix the situation right now. The emotionally dominant man notices her distance, but remains unperturbed. He stays calm, continues his life, focuses on his work, his fitness, his mission. He allows her the space she is taking, trusting that his inherent value is not diminished by her temporary absence. One reacts from fear, the other responds from confidence. The controlling man's pressure pushes her further away, confirming his deepest fears. The dominant man's stability creates a vacuum of safety and strength that naturally draws her back in. Women don't submit to pressure. They align with certainty. They don't yield to control. They yield to the profound emotional safety that a man's unwavering confidence provides. Chapter 4. Why submission feels good in love. Submission often gets a bad reputation, but psychologically, it feels relieving. Why? Because submission allows someone to stop overthinking, let go of control, feel emotionally held. This is especially powerful when the dominant partner is calm, consistent, and trustworthy. When a woman feels she doesn't have to test you, manage your emotions, guess where she stands. She relaxes. That relaxation is submission, not because she's weak, but because she feels safe enough to let go. Chapter 5. How respect is built through dominance. Respect doesn't come from being liked, it comes from self-leadership. A dominant man doesn't over-explain, doesn't beg for validation, doesn't change his values to keep peace. He's consistent, even when it costs him approval. If a boundary is crossed, a submissive response says, "It's okay. I didn't want to cause a problem." A dominant response, "That doesn't work for me. Let's keep it respectful." Calm, direct, no anger. That's why dominance builds attraction and respect. Chapter 6. When roles reverse and why it matters. Healthy relationships allow flexibility. There are moments when one person leads, the other rests. Problems happen when roles are permanently reversed. When the man becomes emotionally reactive, needy, or approval-seeking, the woman is forced into leadership. That kills polarity. If she's always initiating clarity, managing emotions, setting direction, she stops feeling attracted and starts feeling responsible. Attraction dies when desire turns into duty. Chapter 7. Healthy dominance versus toxic dynamics. Healthy dominance: calm, grounded, respectful, self-led. Toxic dominance: insecure, controlling, reactive, fear-based. Healthy submission: voluntary, relaxed, trust-based. Toxic submission: fearful, people-pleasing, self-abandoning. Real power in love is not control, it's emotional steadiness. The person who can stay grounded, calm, and self-directed naturally becomes the one others trust enough to follow. Dominance and submission aren't roles you force. They're energies you embody. Master yourself and the dynamic takes care of itself. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video.